Hello there and welcome back to Random Reaction First Day. In this video we'll be reacting to Could Darth Vader Beat the 7? This video was made by DanCo, so check him out, the link is in the description. Anyway, let's get right into it.
Could Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith, defeat the 7?
Alright, hear me out. I think he could, but it also depends what Vader, at what time, you know. If it's Prime Vader, if it's the best of the best Vader that we know, I think he can, alright? Because they've got, the 7 have nothing in the Force.
Arguably, the most diabolical superhero team out there. It's bad guy versus bad guy.
Fucking diabolical.
Who's ultimately going to come out on top here? Let's get into it. But if you think Darth Vader wins, hit the subscribe button.
Yeah.
If you disagree,
like and subscribe.
If you think the 7 can take him down, well, turn on that notification bell.
I talked about this with James, and I think that the lightsaber wouldn't actually be so effective. I mean, sure, Black Noir and the Deep and all that, they can get cut, like, you know, to pieces with a lightsaber if they get touched by it. A-Train, well, he's fast, so it's going to be hard to hit him. But at the end of the day, there's nothing in the Force, and really the only one that could do something to Vader, I think, is Homelander. He can probably resist a lightsaber, considering he can resist lasers, but he can get choked. It just depends on how strong Vader's Force is, you know?
Now let's get it.
All right, let's go.
Let's take a little closer look at Darth Vader.
Okay.
And the first thing that we got to recognize is that if we truly wanted to use Vader in his prime, then we would use this version of Vader.
Oh, okay. That's actually valid, because that is Darth Vader. It's just Nightfall Vader.
Anakin Skywalker was the most powerful Jedi in over a millennium, and he had unprecedented power.
That's just correct. He was not the most powerful Jedi. He was the Jedi with the most midichlorians and the most potential, but he was not the most powerful Jedi, okay? And also, Nightfall Vader, he's not the most powerful Vader. The most powerful Vader is Prime Darth Vader, and Nightfall Vader was not. Sure, if Vader never, you know, burnt on Mustafar and never was put in the suit, and was still in the body of Anakin, like the same body as Anakin Skywalker, that Prime would have been, you know, obviously, because he would have reached his full potential pretty much. But still, Darth Vader in the suit, in his Prime, is more powerful than Nightfall Vader, okay? Let's just set that straight.
Power in the Force. Our Revenge of the Sith, he was more powerful than anyone on the Jedi Council.
That's not true. That's not true. That is just not true, alright?
Even Master Yoda, even Darth Sidious had to concede that Anakin was potentially more powerful than him.
No, he wasn't.
And during the duel on Mustafar, this was Vader at arguably the height of his power. He's the...
No, it wasn't. Prime Darth Vader is not Nightfall Vader, okay? Again, let's set that straight. I mean, just look into the comics and video games and everything we have content about Darth Vader, right, later on. He is more powerful, he gets more powerful. And yes, Nightfall Vader is more powerful than Darth Vader in his early years in the suit, right? Even in later on, right? But eventually, Darth Vader in the suit gets more powerful than Nightfall Vader. And also, Anakin Skywalker is not the most powerful Jedi on the Council. Yoda is still more powerful in the Force, more skilled with a lightsaber, okay? He would beat Anakin in a duel. So would Mace Windu, especially considering the fact that Mace Windu could maybe even use the pod on Anakin, since Anakin does have anger in him. Might want to use that. Obi-Wan can beat him. That's not necessarily because Obi-Wan's more powerful. It's because Obi-Wan, well, knows Anakin the best, knows every single move of Anakin. That's also pretty much why he beat him on Mustafar, right? You know, Obi-Wan is like the sharp blade against Anakin. So, yeah, he's not more powerful than Anakin, but he can still beat him just because of, I guess, IQ, you could say.
Chosen one. But then he was defeated by Obi-Wan. He caught on fire, had like half his body cut off by this point, and was put inside the cybernetic suit, keeping him alive.
Yeah.
And according to George Lucas, lost a lot of his power and potential in the process.
Yes, he did. He did, yeah. He did lose, well, he lost midichlorians, obviously, when his limbs were cut off. But, basically, full potential Darth Vader in the suit is not the same full potential as without, like, prior to the suit, right? So, a full potential Anakin Skywalker is way more powerful than a full potential Darth Vader in the suit. A full potential Anakin Skywalker, by the way, is also more powerful than a full potential Anakin, like Darth Vader without the suit. Light side is, just, I guess, just more powerful.
Now that he's half man and half machine, he lost a lot of the ability in the Force because there just isn't as much human left. So where before he had the potential to be twice as powerful as the Emperor, now he's operating at maybe 80% of the Emperor's power. More on par with
I think that's like a good
Darth Maul and Count Dooku. It also messed him more on par with Darth Maul and Count Dooku.
Well, no, he's not on par with Darth Maul. Vader would absolutely obliterate Darth Maul in a duel. Count Dooku, he'd have a hard... If we're talking prime Darth Vader in the suit, he would have a very, very hard time with Dooku. Also, people using Dooku's lightning as an argument for him to win is stupid, because Dooku's lightning is not Sidious's lightning. Dooku's lightning would just be blocked by Vader. So he wouldn't... unless Vader was on the ground and he would get hit by Dooku's lightning, that would do something. But other than that, Vader would just block it, and eventually he would win against Dooku, so...
It also messed him up as a lightsaber fighter, too. He lost...
Yes, it did, in the early years, but then eventually he adapted to it and became a brute force, very strong, heavy hitter.
And had to relearn a lot of the skill and ability that he had.
And after he did relearn, he got even better at lightsaber combat than he was
as Anakin, and definitely lost all that self-confidence that he had. Of course, there are other things to suggest that this isn't the case at all, and Darth Vader actually did get more powerful after putting on the suit.
Well, of course he did. Of course he did. That's literally... that's not a question at all.
And that his prime was really around Return of the Jedi. Like, he lost his first fight against Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
First few fights, really. But by the time that New Hope rolls around, well, Vader was powerful enough to beat him.
Okay. Obi-Wan gave up in this fight. We don't actually... Obi-Wan... Because also people make the argument that Obi-Wan was too old and blah blah blah, but like, there's a lot of things that can account for your age in Star Wars, and age in Star Wars doesn't necessarily make you less powerful. Just look at Yoda, you know? And Obi-Wan could have... Maybe... We don't know. But Obi-Wan gave up. He wanted to lose. He wanted to become one of the Force, okay? So at the end of the day, we don't know how a duel like that would go when Obi-Wan would actually be trying. If he would still beat Vader just because, well, it's Obi-Wan, you know? Or if he would just survive, you know, whatever like that. But every single fight against Vader, he won. Why? Because he's Obi-Wan, and he just knows Vader's style the best.
And it wasn't just the fact that Obi-Wan was older now and couldn't fight as well with a lightsaber. One, because Obi-Wan...
A New Hope is not even an example of that, because it's just the fact that the movie was made back in 1977, and they just didn't have the capabilities to the choreography and all that. Plus, they didn't even use a stuntman. It was just Alec Guinness doing all the lightsaber stuff, right? So that's why that fight technically looks really lame, right? But if there's like a YouTube video where someone remade the fight, right, into an epic sequence, and that really shows that Obi-Wan, despite his age, he's not even 60 years old there, or something like that, you know? He could fight.
One had killed Darth Maul while in this same state.
Yeah.
But two, because they were also having a Force battle at the same time during this fight. We just couldn't see that playing out with our eyes. But Old Ben was wearing out and losing the fight before the fight even began.
He gave up.
Just by being around Vader's presence in the Force was enough to tire Obi-Wan out. He had been growing more and more powerful in the dark side of the Force, tapping into a whole new power stream than before. And he's actually come to believe that his injuries only made him stronger and increased his connection to the Force. His pain,
not necessarily, but to the dark side, yes, because he uses injuries obviously as anger. You know, that made him more powerful in the dark side.
Pain fed his hate, and his anger. His hate turned into strength, suggesting he's still becoming even more powerful as Vader. So definitely
I'm pretty sure people say that the most powerful Vader was in Empire Strikes Back? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, obviously looking at the time before A New Hope, where he goes after Jedi and stuff like that, his feats are absolutely insane. All the stuff he does are insane. You just gotta look in the comics, obviously, if you've not been, well, I mean, bad for you, I guess. That's why I should make a Darth Vader show as well, to show everything he did prior to A New Hope, everything, his side quests and all that. But I think people generally say that he was the most powerful in Empire Strikes Back. I'm not sure.
Debate there. But honestly, just because we'll have access to a lot more cool stuff, we're gonna say his prime is Return of the Jedi.
Nah, I think it's Empire Strikes Back, man. Because at the point after Empire Strikes Back, he kind of gets less powerful. He's less power. His prime is definitely Empire Strikes Back.
Vader has been consistently called one of the deadliest Sith in history. One of the most powerful entities in the galaxy, and someone with the potential to rival or even possibly overthrow the Emperor himself.
Yes.
And this kind of did come.
The duel between him and Luke in Return of the Jedi does show that he got less powerful, I think, from Empire Strikes Back. Now, yes, it was the same as when in the duel with Mace. What was it? Dooku and Anakin in the Invisible Hand, right? Where Dooku was not trying at the beginning. Vader wasn't trying in the beginning, but then when he realized that, this is bad for him, he started trying in the duel, but at that point it was too late. That's why he actually, pretty much lost the duel and his thing was cut off and all that.
Come to fruition. He did kill the Emperor, even if the death didn't really stick. His force power...
Yes, the death did stick. The sequels are not Star Wars.
...manifests itself in a lot of different ways. From telepathy to creating force barriers or amping himself with force rage. But his primary has to be telekinesis. He's able to tear apart AT-ATs, bring down trees...
AT-ATs? Really? That's the way you're pronouncing it? Oh my god.
Size of buildings, or even bring down huge buildings themselves. His raw power is...
I mean, yeah, that shit. What was it, the Kenobi show, when he's fucking pulling the ship? Woo.
Absolutely insane. And he's not necessarily just a bull in a china shop either. Darth Vader has pretty substantial control over everything around him. He's even able to force choke someone from all the way across the galaxy.
Yep.
But it doesn't just stop there. Outside of his insane connection with the Force, Vader is also a tremendously gifted and deadly fighter. He's impossibly strong, and he can use this in a fight, easily overpowering other Jedi or lightsaber fighters. He's surprisingly fast. Even with his robotic armor, he can block pretty much all attacks coming his way.
Yeah.
And it's even been said that he's faster than the Emperor himself. Then where Vader shines...
Is he though? Because, again, age of the Emperor wouldn't matter as much in Star Wars as in, other kind of universe and stuff. I mean, look at the fight with Emperor or Palpatine and the 4 Jedi in Revenge of the Sith. Obviously, that fight was kind of scuffed because George Lucas messed it up, kind of. But that sequence where he rushes at them, he does his Force Scream, right, or whatever that ability was called, and then he rushes at them, right? He basically teleports. And the Emperor is still able to do that, even more so, later on when he gets older. So I don't think he's necessarily faster than the Emperor.
Is his durability, which makes sense. He's already missing half of his body and replaced it with metal.
Yeah.
And even before that, he was still pretty good at enduring pain. Vader can legit walk through blaster fire. Walk through...
I just want to say one thing about Vader. Vader had difficulties standing and walking. Like, Vader had to use the Force to help him walk. Yeah.
Explosions. It almost doesn't even phase him for the most part. He was even able to take Palpatine's Force Lightning. This is an attack.
Alright, he was able to take it. No, he resisted it for like a few seconds and then died from it.
Powerful enough to have Maul crying on the floor and begging for...
Yes. I mean, Maul was, he was hurting. So was Vader. But Vader was just, in it for a few seconds and just yanked Palpatine and then died from it. So again,
Mercy, Maul, the guy who feeds off of pain to make him grow stronger in the Force, and survived
the
literally
circumstances with Maul here were different.
being cut in half. Palpatine's lightning had him screaming out, but when Sidious hit Vader with enough lightning to make his skeleton show up through the armor, I don't even know how that one's possible, well, Vader just kept on pushing, determined.
Again, that was literally like, what, 5 seconds, maybe even less, and then he died after it because of it.
To kill him. Then there's just straight his skill. He's the best duelist the Empire has, and fights with a unique and unpredictable style that
The Emperor would still be a better duelist than him, let's be honest.
actually takes bits and elements from all combat techniques. He got more and more skilled between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And then between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, to the point where it was said he was unparalleled in terms of pure skill. He had no equal, putting him above the likes of Obi-Wan, Luke, and maybe even the Emperor himself.
Nah.
Alright, so just who is a part of the 7? Who are they bringing
Okay,
to
so
the
we're
table?
looking at the 7.
Well, like we said, they're clearly a parody of the League, so you've actually got a lot of the same archetypes, like the Deep, who's their Aquaman. Problem is, he can't really do much to anyone here. He's basically
Yeah, he's just a guy.
only useful when he's in the water, so he's kinda a joke. On top of that, kinda a huge pervert. He's
Oh yeah, he's a fucking pervert.
slightly stronger than most people, but really has no true fighting experience.
Yeah, he's just
You
a strong
can
guy.
definitely take him down with one good gill punch. Starlight
Vader
is
could probably just choke him out, like on the side.
surprisingly strong. She overpowers normal people and sends them flying. She can even fight against Stormfront, the evil super Nazi. She's surprisingly tough,
Yeah.
but her main power is her ability to manipulate light and manipulate electricity. She can fire out light blasts that can take down steel doors. Her
Could be blocked with the Force of lightsaber.
Stormfront just casually send people flying all around. Plus, she can create light so bright that it'll literally blind you. Black Noir is like the Batman of the group, the
Yeah.
dark, mysterious master.
But again, he's got nothing on the Force, or he can just be cut with a lightsaber. He can just get choked out by Vader. The only thing is that he's really just a really skilled fighter, and he's strong.
Martial artist. He's super strong, ripped a man's face open and pounded on Starlight. He's incredibly durable, taking point-blank explosions, taking bombs and bullets, even taking blasts from Starlight. He's also definitely the best fighter on the team, best one out of the group, as he's taking down Kamiko, Starlight, and the boys. A-Train is the fastest man in the world, speedster of the 7.
Yeah, but the second he stops, he can get choked by the Force or get cut with a lightsaber, right? So he's just going to be tricky for Vader because he's really fast.
He's the Flash, although nowhere really near fast as the Flash. He's able to outrun bullets, dodge Starlight's blast, kind of fight at super speed, and if he's going fast enough, run straight through people. Plus, he's strong enough to literally pull a train. Queen Maeve is essentially Wonder Woman. She's strong enough to stop a speeding truck cold, stop it dead in its tracks. So that means she's pretty freaking durable too.
But I don't think she can stop a lightsaber with her skin.
Plus, she can take bullets point blank, absolutely no problem. She can restrain Black Noir, she can fight against Stormfront, she can even fight against Homelander.
Yes.
But she's also clearly got her limits. Still, though, really powerful. Stormfront is Homelander's Nazi lover. She's definitely one of the most powerful soups in the world. She's superhumanly strong, able to overpower both Kamiko and Starlight, even throw around Homelander.
One thing, if we're including Stormfront here, right? She's got the lightning, and her lightning is actually really good. You know, like when I watched the show, the first time I was watching The Boys, I was like, "Oh shit, it's fucking female Palpatine," you know, because she got lightning, like really good lightning. So that is gonna be dangerous for Vader if he gets hit with that.
In a kinky sort of way, she's superhumanly tough, at least somewhat. but her main powers come from her electricity and lightning manipulation. Her lightning blasts are able to down pretty much anyone who gets in her way. When she really lets loose, goes all out, well, she's able to destroy entire buildings. And then there's the most powerful of them all, Homelander.
Yep.
An evil, twisted, psychopathic, narcissistic...
And I think he is the only one that can resist lightsaber. He can resist the lasers, you know. So, in theory, maybe he can resist the lightsaber. We really don't know.
Superman. He's way stronger than anyone else around him, to the point where even other heroes like Queen Maeve and Starlight can't really do anything to him. He's completely bulletproof. No other hero can take him out. It's even been said that there isn't a weapon on Earth that they haven't thrown at him. They've all failed. He's incredibly fast, even faster than A-Train, but mostly just uses that speed to fly all around, flying from one point to another. Doesn't really use it in
also got X-ray vision and super hearing, so...
His main tactic in a fight is his heat vision. He'll just laser everybody around him, doesn't care at all. So who wins here? Well, let's break it down a little bit. And since this is one guy versus a team of characters, it's really important that we prove that Vader is powerful enough to just hold his own against the Seven before we can even prove that he's powerful enough to beat them. I mean, even though the Seven aren't like the Avengers or the Justice League out there, they're all incredibly, superhumanly strong and tough, each and every one of them. That's even before you include their powers and abilities. But here's the thing, so is Darth Vader. Vader is regularly showing off superhuman strength.
Yeah, he's got the Force, he's very powerful with the Force, basically very powerful with telekinesis, okay? And what do they have on telekinesis? Nothing.
Running around Jedi like they weigh nothing, beating up giant alien monsters with just his bare hands, even just casually blocking tank laser fire or walking through Force attacks. All of it demonstrates some crazy strength and power. He's also insanely durable too, easily withstanding blaster fire, massive explosions. He can walk through fire, or being slammed through skyscrapers, or even crashing down to a planet's surface.
Nice.
Vader has taken it all and kept on trucking. Lastly, Vader is very, very fast. Like, very fast. He's routinely blitzing opponents, deflecting laser blast, moving faster than the eye can see. All of that is just light work for Darth Vader here. He's regularly doing this. He's just ridiculously strong, and ridiculously durable, and ridiculously fast too. Especially when his main power still does come from the
I don't know about that speed.
Force in his lightsaber. However, the Seven are packing some actual weight too. An argument can be made that some of them are powerful enough to fight against Vader on their own, much less in a team like this. Of course, that's not true for all of them. Like the Deep, Vader would be able to slice the guy in half.
Yeah.
Same with Starlight, same with Black Noir, heck, same with A-Train, just when Vader can catch him. And yes, I know all these heroes are technically bulletproof, but we're talking about a lightsaber here.
Yeah.
It's been able to cut clean through just about anything it touches, and Darth Vader is one of the best with it. Really, the only three here who won't be cut clean through instantly are Homelander and Queen Maeve and Stormfront.
Yeah, but we don't know if Homelander... I think Homelander maybe potentially could resist a lightsaber cut.
And I would argue that Maeve and Stormfront could still be killed with a lightsaber.
Yeah, I think so.
They might be able to take a few glancing blows, and it would have to be a more intentional strike, but I think a lightsaber could still get through them.
Yes.
They're not that durable. Now, with Homelander, well, I'm not sure a lightsaber is gonna be enough. Now, I'm not completely sold on that. A lightsaber might be enough, but it really doesn't matter, because Darth Vader has the Force on his side.
Exactly.
Too. And he's done some truly incredible things with the Force. He's leveled buildings. He's destroyed fortresses.
Yeah.
He's annihilated starships. Heck, he's defeated giant monsters or overpowered starships as they were fighting against him. There's definitely enough here to suggest that Darth Vader could get his hands on Homelander with the Force and throw him around or even just force choke him to death.
Yeah, force choke him.
On the flip side, there's not a lot here that the Seven can do against Darth Vader. Most of them are purely up close and
the only thing I can actually think of that could work is like Homelander flying into him, right? And then when he's, on the ground, they try to fuck him over. Only also logical thing that we know would work is if Stormfront can hit him with lightning. Because if she did, she could fuck him immediately.
Personal fighters. And Vader can cut right through them with his lightsaber. So as soon as they get
but again, Vader would just block lightning, so,
they're going down. And the others, well, while they can shoot energy blast or send heat vision his way, Darth Vader should be able to just simply take it or easily send it right back with his lightsaber. Even if you want to throw Stormfront into the mix, say that her lightning might be able to do something against Vader and his armor. Well, while she might look like a formidable force against Vader with that lightning, again, Darth Vader can just block it. Emperor Palpatine.
Don't say she might, she does, but Vader would block it. If he didn't block it, he'd be fucked.
Palpatine was regularly sending lightning Vader's way. And Palpatine has some serious...
Again, Vader literally died because of that lightning. And guess what? He was hit by lightning in just a few seconds. For just a few seconds, and he died. Okay? So your argument is stupid.
Powerful lightning, way more than Stormfront, and Vader was regularly either blocking it, and if he wasn't blocking it, he was taking it head on. Stormfront's lightning isn't going to be enough to turn the tide here. Not even to mention that Darth Vader is one of the best fighters in the entire galaxy. He's a warrior through and through with decades of experience. He's been in countless fights, killed countless enemies, and won countless battles. The Seven are all a bunch of glorified celebrities who let their powers go straight to their heads and developed major god complexes.
Yeah, they're arrogant as fuck.
They're really not all that skilled, not all that experienced, and the only time they've ever really worked as a team is in the movies. End of the day, Darth Vader is just too much for this team. He's just too much. His lightsaber will be the death of most of them. And if Vader can't get them with his blade, well, he can take them out with the Force. He's able to kill people with just a thought and bring down buildings with just a wave of his hand. And his hatred and anger are unmatched. There's no stopping him. While the Seven will probably get their hits in, Darth Vader is just as strong as most of them and tough enough to take some brutal attacks. There's just nothing to stop Vader from cutting through them with his lightsaber, throwing them around with the Force, or just simply snapping necks at will. It would be a good fight, but Vader is coming out on top here. Darth Vader wins.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that. Thank you that this guy agrees on the fact, because yes, Vader does win. But if you noticed, if you're still here, there's something I did not like about this video. But overall, it's a well-made video. I'll say that.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction, make sure to go subscribe to DanCo, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a like, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an upload. Remember, a new Star Wars What If reaction drops every single day. Join our Discord server, the links in the description. Also, if you want to support the channel and get exclusive perks, consider joining our Patreon. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video, so drop a comment with feedback or let me know what I should react to next Thursday. Thanks again for watching. This is The Way. May the Force be with you. Until then, I will see you next time.
Hey, you didn't watch it? Well, check out the video on the left side of the screen, which is specifically recommended for you, or check out the playlist on the right of the screen, which contains similar videos to this one, made by me, of course. Hey, remember, subscribe.